I know this is a little bit late, but thought I might as well live stream my solo run. God damn it, hold up. My phone's being dumb. Yep, we are not doing Mayhem 2 or whatever, we're doing Mayhem 6, the Mayhem I usually play on. I've already sold it on Mayhem 6, I believe a total of about 4 times now, so hopefully this goes well. Usually whenever I die, it's usually just me falling off the map. That's really it. That's pretty much it, but I do have a new build. I will show you guys, show you what all I'm running, all that jazz. Just give me 1 second. Alright, let's go ahead and show you guys the build. As you guys can tell, I am doing a Seeing Dead build now. Seeing Dead build with Zane is kind of required to solo this. We're running the bitch because the bitch is absolutely crazy. We're running our Monarch, our Electric Sandhawk with increased boss damage, running our Electric Plague Bearer with ASA weapon damage is increased by 200%. Got the stopgap for sentinel movement speed. Got our snowdrift. I really need a cut purse, honestly, but it's whatever. I can still do it without a cut purse. It's just a little bit more annoying. But this is the blue tree. Here's the red tree, or orange tree, my bad. And here's the green tree. This is probably one of the best builds I have ever made. This build is actually retarded. It allows me to have infinite action skill uptime for like Sentinel Cryo and all that jazz. And then when it does eventually end, I have all of my elements for next 2 magazines and extra boss damage. So I mean, it's a win-win, honestly. Yeah, hopefully I don't fall off the map this time in the middle of a fucking encounter.
So much as burst open from within.
Try and get through this.
Yeah, our primary source of dealing with shit is gonna be the Monarch, because although the OPQ system is really strong, it downs you all the fucking time. And the Monarch, like I said, is probably one of, if not the best assault rifles in the game. Also, because, you know, my Monarch is OP10, which means even more damage, which is always nice.
Just for the crack.
But yeah, I made this build last night, and I just decided, you know what, let's see if I can solo the Guardian Takedown with this build. Turns out, yeah, I actually was able to. This build gives you a shit ton of damage, gives you quite a bit of survivability. Also, I suppose I should probably show my Mayhem modifiers too, why not? Running Galaxy Brain, Healy Avenger, Totally Radical, and then Laser Flare. Galaxy Brain mainly because like all the enemies in this fucking raid have extremely small crit spots, so also it's just big head mode, so it's fun. Yeah, sorry if I don't talk too much in this run through because I'm going to be incredibly focused. But still, there hasn't been any word to like people that are curious if like Gearbox has said anything about the scaling being brought down on this raid. There still hasn't been any words about it, which kind of sucks. Not gonna lie. I hope they do, honestly. I mean, personally, it doesn't, like, the scaling doesn't really bother me too much anymore. But for like people that don't know how to like build craft or shit like that, I do think this raid scaling should be brought down just a tad bit. I don't think it should be brought down to like open world scaling, but I still think it should get brought down just a little bit. Yeah, also, if you guys haven't used the bitch yet, dude, use it. It is so good. Especially on Zane, holy shit. Oh, jeez. Got any ammo for this? Good. Oh, sweet baby. Dude, enemies are so fucking tanky, dude. It's ridiculous. Gonna wait for our movement speed to go down a bit, because that's like the main thing that scares me in this raid, is like having too much movement speed.
An Iridian temple. That must be the source of the signal. These structures are thousands of years old, but there is no record of any Iridian ruins on Minos. If that is the case, this temple must have been transported here from elsewhere.
Just be safe, we're gonna wait for that to circle around again. There's still, I mean, honestly, I did actually give my thoughts on this raid and what I thought about it, but honestly, after like the past day or so, reading the Reddit and seeing what all people are saying about this raid and how much they're like berating Gearbox because they think that it's not good, it kind of disappoints me a little bit, because you can definitely tell that like Gearbox put a lot of work into this raid. And people are just kind of shitting all over it because, you know, it's hard. Which I think is a little bit absurd. I don't think Gearbox should be getting berated because, you know, their end game content is hard. I think it's a little bit ridiculous. Alright, good, we got the max ammo pickup. Let's go. Dog, go lay down, please. Also, people still don't fully understand the crystals, which I think is a little bit dumb. They're really not that complicated to understand. Which, honestly, for someone like me that has like experience from Destiny and like mechanics in Destiny, and then coming into this raid, honestly the reason why I don't really have too much of a problem with this raid is because I have that experience from Destiny. I have the experience from like annihilation totems and shit like that, so like that's probably the reason why like this encounter, like these encounters specifically, don't really bother me too much. So I apologize if the frames are dropping a bit for the stream. They're dropping a bit for me too. Let's go ahead and see if there's any max ammo pickups anywhere, which I don't think there is. Oh well. But yeah, pretty much before I start this, I'm actually going to give a little bit of an explanation on like how to really do this, how to really have the crystal encounters done really easily. Always start with the center. You always stay in the center and at least get it done, or at least close to being done, and then you rotate to either of the side crystals. You get them charged a bit. Like this one I usually get to about right here or half, and then I instantly move over to this one because this one's usually about to blow up, and I usually get this one charged up a bit, and then I run back to this one if this one's getting a little bit too out of hand, and I finish the charge on this, and then I instantly run back to this one to charge it, and then of course if the center one isn't done charging, I usually run back to that one and finish that one up. But here, let me I'm shit at explaining, so let me just do it and show you guys what I'm trying to explain here.
Come on!
Yeah, but pretty much, like, what everyone is so confused about with the crystal encounters is they think that, like, they have, like, a set time limit. Like, overall, they all have, like, a set time limit, and if you don't complete the encounter within said time limit, then the encounter immediately fails, which is not at all what this is. Yeah, see, like, these crystals are getting really low, so even though that one's not finished... Oh, it is finished, never mind. Yeah, you wanna get charged... Get out of here. You wanna get charged on these crystals to make sure that they don't explode. Like, this one's got plenty of charge. You see how this one's starting to spin faster? You gotta instantly get over to this one, get charged into it, make sure that it stays stable. Yeah, see, it's got plenty of charge now. Now I'm gonna go over to this one. I'm gonna try and finish it up. If I can stop getting knocked back. This Herald needs to go. Also, make sure you prioritize Heralds when you're doing this, because Heralds are the enemies that, like, go around, they buff the rest of the enemies, they make them the possessed forms and shit. If you do not prioritize Heralds, you're going to be having a rough time. Just a heads up. Always want to have my eye on that. You always want to make sure you have your eye on the other crystal while you're doing this, just in case you need to make an emergency exit and get straight to it. Also, look out for these bomber guys, because they will down you immediately.
Did anyone teach you how to fight?
Since the other one's getting low and this one's pretty good on charge, we're going to run back to this one. Get rid of this Herald. Look at that. Those things are fucking annoying. Yeah, pretty much, like, also, like, swapping plates all the time will confuse the enemy spawns, and it'll make it so, like, the enemies will prioritize a spawn on one side, so you have easy completion like that. Highly recommend doing that. Because these crystals up here get very chaotic. So let's say, like, okay, so there's a whole bunch of enemies spawning on one crystal. You can abuse the spawn limiting and swap the crystals and you'll pretty much have like no enemy spawn on a crystal. It's great. And there we go.
My burden is a billion worlds. I live and die, while others watch and turn a blinded eye.
Crystals are that simple. But if you guys have played Destiny and you know like the annihilation totem mechanic, then you'll know exactly how to do these crystals. Like you'll know exactly how to handle the crystals, how to prioritize, do shit like that, swap, do all that. It's way easier than what you make it out to be. That's pretty much what I'm trying to like say here is the crystals encounter is way easier than what you're most likely trying to make it. Because some people, I know this because I've been seeing it a lot, is like some people try to think, like, in their mind, they have to immediately get a crystal done. Which is the main cause of failure. If you're immediately trying to get like one crystal done, like if you're trying to prioritize a crystal and make sure that it gets done like immediately, you're most likely that attempt is most likely gonna result in you failing. That's just facts. You can't do that. If you do that, then you will fail. It's just a habit that you have to break. Like, if you know what I mean. Like, again, I'm horrible at explaining things, but it's a habit. Everyone has habits. Everyone in their head, if they haven't done something like that before, they immediately have to think, like they immediately think like you have to get it done like immediately or else it's gonna fail right away. Completely understand that. I used to think that with annihilation totems in Destiny. I used to think that you had to get like the annihilation totem completely finished before getting off of it.
Ferocity is my middle name. Then ferocity.
The amount of times that I used to think like that when I first started doing mechanics like that is like beyond me. Like, I couldn't tell you how many times I used to actually think that back in the day of doing annihilation mechanics. But once you learn how to, like, prioritize them, how to shift prioritization, shit like that, like, it's really easy. You also may be wondering why I'm staying off of the bridge. Well, if you can tell, the enemies like to bump you a lot. They like to boop you so much, like that. Like, they boop you so much, and it is beyond annoying. Reload everything, and just absolutely barrage him with Sandhawk. There we go. Pretty sure I just got a max ammo on something. Yeah, I got max ammo on SMG. But then again, everyone's gonna have different strats for everything. I completely understand that too. Like, maybe there is a strat where you can just completely one cycle each one of those crystals, like, right off the bat. And if there is, dude, I really want to know how to do that, because crystals are very time consuming to say the least.
more space for you.
They're not so much difficult as they are, like, time-consuming. Are the other platforms gonna spawn? Yep, there we are. Get on there. So don't aggro the enemies. Ooh, no! Oh no. Well, the enemies are gonna be aggroed now. That's cool. Oh well. It's whatever. It's not the end of the world. Badasses that I'm looking for, because they're usually the ones that drop like the 100 like the big ammo packs. Did I get any big ammo packs? Nope. Dude, I really need to get an electric bitch specifically for this raid. Okay, I think I just got a big ammo pack there. Nope. Damn. I just got normal ammo. It's whatever. Boop. Yeet. Alright, now hopefully I don't just fall off the fucking map in this boss fight. Like I did before I started streaming, before I had the idea to just stream a run through this.
Protest the flame with words of wind. Come then to burn to meet a coward's end.
Uh-huh. Woo! Need to look out for that attack. That's what killed me last time. It made me fly off the map. I added the music of this fight is absolutely amazing. You also may be wondering why I'm just walking to these. It's because you can, if you're moving too fast as Zane, it sometimes will not register you hitting those. Also, in my opinion, this fight is way harder than the final boss fight, if I'm gonna be completely honest. Dude, I keep on getting hit by that so much. Whew. And kill these guys just to keep our kill skills going. Oh my god, that hurt. We're fine. Also, it seems to be like those domes follow in a pattern. You'd have to be like really observant to notice it, but... Got a big ammo thing? Nice. Also, I just love this boss's name, Anathema, the Relentless. Reminds me of something straight out of Destiny. Ooh, she's gonna do her fucking things. Woo! Yep, no, I'm just gonna have to take the down on this one. Yeah, there's always the one, like, the last health bar you always have to take the down on, which I'm not really the biggest fan of. I think that that should be changed. There we go. Alright, we got a couple of drops, cool. Hopefully one of them is a raid drop. I think one is. Hellwalker. Okay. Yep, there we go. We got a raid drop. We got a raid shield. Let's go. While barrier is deployed, instantly start regenerating your shield. Okay. Cool. Got a raid drop. I'm already liking the odds of this stream. But yeah, no, that is one thing I really hope gets changed about that boss fight, is that final health bar where you are forced to take it down. I don't think you should ever get forced to take it down in a boss fight. I mean, maybe there's a... I have no clue how long my mic has been muted. If so, I severely apologize. But as I was saying, I'm surprised that we haven't had any Reapers spawn. I honestly do not remember if in the last stream if we had any Reapers spawn on us or not. But if we didn't and you don't know what a Reaper is, they're pretty much rare spawns that will happen in the middle of like an encounter. And they have a chance to drop any of the raid gear, which is really cool. It's a very slim chance, but they have a chance to drop any of the raid gear, including the 2 shields, the 3 guns, and then the 1 grenade mod. Dude, I'm so paranoid now. I'm afraid that my mic's gonna mute itself again. That's like the worst thing that could happen in a stream is just the mic muting itself.
Did you see that?
Other than, you know, the stream crashing, but... Honestly though, I do think, like, one thing that I think needs to happen with all the people that are complaining about the raid being too difficult or all that kind of shit, they honestly just need to realize that they're playing Borderlands. The same build isn't gonna work for everything. The same weapons aren't gonna work for everything. Like, I've been playing Borderlands since it first came out on the Xbox 360, since it was a mistake, since it was an accidental release that turned out to be amazing. Like, I understand, like, that people get attached to some builds and shit, or they just don't feel, or they just don't know how to, like, build craft or shit like that. Because trust me, I've been in that same exact boat. Like my Infiltrator build, I thought that that was probably one of the best builds I could have ever made for Zane. Because it was just purely it was purely built off of just having raw speed and uncapped damage. And I thought it was great. And then I took it into this raid and it was not the play. But this build is definitely the play. This build is probably going to be able to work through this content and pretty much future content to come, unless, you know, the Seeing Dead class mod ever gets nerfed, which, God, I hope it doesn't, because it's so good. I used to be literally anti-Seeing Dead because of how broken this class mod is. Or, not really broken, but like how good this class mod is. Which is why I was always trying to make builds that did not involve the Seeing Dead class mod. But then I came to the realization of, you know, sometimes you have to run something that may be on the tad bit broken side to be able to do content that it was made for, pretty much. If that makes any sense. And you know what? I am very glad that I did, because now every single piece of content in this game for my Zane build is pretty much easy mode. And there is like no challenge. I mean, there is challenge, it's just enemies are very easy to cut through now. Or easier to cut through now, I should say. It's not like they weren't easy to cut through. Just they are very much easier to cut through. Right, let's go back to the vending machine, grab some ammo. Since these aren't Guardians and they don't drop the insta refill ammo. Also, I think another reason why people are whining about this raid is because it's not easy to speedrun. Or like you can't just rush through it to farm a boss or anything like that, like you were able to with Molly 1. Which, I can understand that, but then you also have to understand that this is endgame content, this is a raid, you should not be able to, you know, absolutely breeze through a raid like it's nothing. It's supposed to be difficult, it's supposed to be taken on as a full team. You know what I mean? Like, it's a raid, it's supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be a multi-man activity, it's supposed to be this, it's supposed to be that. It's not supposed to be easy to solo. Which is where a lot of people are complaining at. And you know what? I get that. Not everyone has people to play with, not everyone likes to, you know, play with people online. They don't like to just open themselves up to people online. I completely get that. But the Borderlands community isn't exactly a toxic community. It's not exactly a community like, let's say, the Destiny community that's going to judge you just because, you know, you don't have this, or you don't know what this is, or you don't know how to make a build to do that. Like, they're not going to fucking shun you because you don't know how to do that. They're going to teach you how to do it. I mean, they might make a joke or so, be like, but they're not going to be like, they're not going to like kick you from the team just because you don't have something or know how to do this. They're not going to do that. At least from the people that I've met online, they don't do that unless it's one of those squeakers that run around trying to trade modded gear or try to steal shit from you when your back's turned. But there's always going to be those types of people in a community. It's not going to be like, oh yeah, this community doesn't have that, or like that. That's never going to be a thing. I also get that people just don't like talking to other people that they don't know. I completely get that too. Oh, Jesus Christ. But I think shunning Gearbox for making a piece of hard content isn't exactly the way to go, so to speak. Like, sometimes you just have to break out of your comfort zone, try new things. Like, that's pretty much what you have to do. And Borderlands is all about trying a whole bunch of new stuff, hence why there's like 10 bajillion fucking weapons in this game.
Barrier! Singing songs about love. Open your bloody eyes!
We're gonna go ahead and move on to another crystal. Since that one's starting to get overran a bit, the other crystals could use some charging. Crystal's about to give out. Pretty much if I can't see the blue on the crystal, I immediately move to it. There we go. And there we go.
You are of light, and yet you do not comprehend the risk. We all have gardens we must tend.
I just love. We all have gardens we must tend. Yeah, see, as long as you know exactly like how to pretty much prioritize the crystals once again, it's really easy. Like, it's really fucking easy. Yeah, we got no big ammo packs. So. Oh well. We'll live. We're bound to get at least one big ammo pack up here before we go to the arena of death with the big fucking hole in the center. That always makes me fucking, like, tremble. It's literally one big boop and I'm through that hole or I'm off the side. Yep, see, we got a big ammo pack. We're good. I won't have to worry about getting the big ammo packs once I get a cut first, but...
Ferocity is my middle name. And ferocity. Don't be ashamed here.
Go. Save movement speed. I'm gonna need you to calm down a bit. Okay, let's wait for the sentinel to come back.
Personal space. Need some personal space.
I like to stay hugged up against this wall during this. hate when they do that. My sentinel's getting chased by a soul. And there we go, all the scary platforming done. Oh shit.
So it must be. I will be your atonement.
Move your arm. Put your arm down. There we go. And send me into the Shadow Realm, bud. Yeah, this is one of my favorite parts of the entire boss fight, is just how he transports you away like this. So cool.
Hey, took over my arse for a bit.
I'd appreciate it if one of you guys dropped a big ammo thing. That'd be pretty cool. I think he just dropped a big ammo thing. No, he did not. Oh well. He'll be fine.
Time to break through.
There we go.
Possible you picked the wrong battle.
Shit, he just pulled me right into that.
bosses shall be unworthy. Your pride shall be
Trying to find some ammo boxes so I can get prepared. So I can at least have a little bit of Monarch ammo when I get sucked into the realm. At least be a little bit prepared before I get sucked in there.
I have already done with the watcher. You feel what's to come?
There you go. Oh, good. We got the big one. Let's see, now we have plenty of ammo. Let's not waste any ammo until we have both action skills up. There we go, we got max ammo. There we go.
Thinking I can crack it now.
Put your hand down. Woo! And I think I disagree. Yeah.
End of the road for you.
Your death shall be
Yeah.
await my return in fear and blood.
Alright.
You cannot contain what
And there we go.
destroying Guardian Menace has been taken down, we can focus on the other things trying to kill us. Which,
All right.
just to check my notes here, is all of them. Everything. As they say, no suspension of consciousness for the morally depraved.
Did it, guys. Hopefully we got something. Firestone, white elephant, we got a face puncher, trifusion longbow, phasor, backham, raging bear, what is this? A new class mod? I think that's a new class mod. Huh. Well, sadly it doesn't look like we got anything. That kind of sucks. I'm gonna take that Raging Bear because I think that might actually be a new class mod. I'm not too sure. Got a double penetrating boring gun. Well, we didn't get anything, which kind of sucks, but I mean, we still did the raid. Still went through. Still had the experience of going through it again. It's a fun fucking raid. Like, it really is. That could have been the fucking, the rocket launcher, but it wasn't. It's a really fun raid, guys, but it's just like the drop rates are kind of, ugh, for some of this stuff. So hopefully they buff the drop rates in the future. I really hope they do, because, like, damn. We didn't get anything, which kind of sucks. What time is it? The dog's laying on my phone. It is 3:28 in the morning. Holy shit. Okay. So that took about an hour and a half or so. I mean, at least we got one new piece of raid gear, which is pretty cool. We got the one of the shields, I believe. Alright. Let's see. Yep, right here. The Asilipus, Asilipus. I have no fucking clue how to say that. And then possibly a new class mod. I've never seen this before, so I've never seen this class mod before. I might have to look in my vault and see if this is new. But I'm not sure if it is or not. Might have to give this to my buddy that plays Moe's. Anyways, guys, that was the raid. So honestly, it's really fun. It's really easy once you know how to do it. It's just really time consuming, which I know not a lot of people like, because they say that, like, oh, I don't have time to do things that take a whole bunch of time, and it's like, well, I mean, that kind of sucks, but I mean, you're playing an RPG looter shooter, so you should be expecting to dedicate your time. You know what I mean? But anyways, yeah, that was the entire raid. We got one new piece of gear. Got possibly another new class mod. I didn't even know there were new class mods in this raid. So, someone in the comments below is going to have to tell me whether or not that's a new class mod or not, because I've never seen it before, personally. So, it's new to me. But anyways, if you guys did enjoy, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And, yeah. Hopefully this wasn't too boring. I mainly just wanted to do this just to, run through the raid for you guys, just show you guys a run through of it with, what I play on. Just do a solo of it, you know what I mean? But anyways, if you guys did enjoy, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next stream. Bye.